So, John, it's ended up as a 2-2 out there, but it's probably a game of 2 hours. It's probably the cliche statement to make, but what did you make of it out there?
You know, you're spot on. I thought they were excellent first half. I thought they started really well. Turned us so we was going up the hill in the first half, where obviously most sides want to go down the hill, don't they? In the second half. So I thought they started really well on the front foot, which we expected them to. You know, when you look at, they've gone through some tough moments over the last few weeks with results and personnel not being available to them. But when you looked at the team today before the game, the 11 they had on the pitch, you knew it was going to be tough. They turned us, they was on the front foot, they asked us questions. Matt had to be alert early doors in the game in the first 10-15 minutes. And then I thought, probably last 5 minutes of the first half, we turned the screw a little bit and showed a bit of intent and finished the half well. Got him in at half time, had a conversation obviously about how we wanted it to look for the second half going down the slope, and I thought we were brilliant. I thought we were as good as I thought Chorley were in the first half. I thought we was an equal in the second half, if not better. Creating chances and winning duels and getting off the back of them, creating good chances being the most important one. So you bang on. Archetypical game of 2 halves. But you've got to settle for a point against a good side who'll be no doubt in the top 7 come the end of the season. And the unbeaten run continues. It's just disappointing that we conceded late on when it's normally us doing the scoring late on.
I was going to say, that's probably the killer feeling, isn't it? The fact that we've conceded the equaliser that late in the game, not being able to quite see out the result. But obviously we've had chances throughout most of that second half to almost kill the game off. Yeah,
we should have done. 2-1 up, we've got control. We reflect on everything after a game, and we made up, our 5 subs at the time, and you start to wonder if we'd have changed it a different way, different time, different personnel. Could the outcome have been different? But we were excellent for second half. It's just when you're at home, you shouldn't need that third goal, to put it to bed. But you're playing against a good side, good players that'll punish you. And I thought Lucas Weaver's second goal was unbelievable finish, unbelievable. I was actually thinking, I'm glad he's taken it from there and not carried on, because he was one-on-one with a keeper. But it was a top finish from a good player. But we were good. It happens. I keep saying it to you all the time. There's only 3 outcomes in football, and you've got an opponent, trying to stop you as well. So to be 1-0 down, to show the character, the resilience to come back, to be 2-1 up, and then you feel a little bit deflated and disappointed. But I'm sure Precy, the manager, well, I know he will. I've just been sat having a beer with him. Feels the same way, being 1-0 up in the game. So that's football. I thought it was a really good game of football with 2 good sides, knocking the door down at either end, and play a point in the end was a fair result, as disappointed as we are.
I was going to say, that was going to be like my next point. Would you say that a point was probably fair in terms of the reflection?
Yeah, I think anytime you've been 1-0 down in a game, I think anytime the opponent plays as well as they did in the first half, and then you come back to be leading in the game right up until the last minute. Was it the last minute they equalised? 90th, 91st?
It's like 91st, so about 5-6 minutes as time kept going on in the end.
So you gutted. But they probably feel they deserve it from the whole outcome of the game. So fair play, that's footy. The last time we drew was against Bedford, and that was another good game of football, and that's what this level is all about. We'll be disappointed. They might be a little bit disappointed. They might be happy because they've been on a poor run. They've got a good point away at 3rd place in the league. So you don't know. But from our point of view, there was plenty of positives to take, plenty of stuff that we look at and we can work with to get better. And get back on the training ground this week.
I was going to say, obviously we've had this break. Would you say, I don't want to say it's an excuse, but would you see that as a factor?
100%. Again, which is something we just spoke about, where I think they felt having a game on Tuesday night and playing last week that it gives you that momentum, whereas all that momentum we've built over the last couple of months has just sort of been taken away through nobody's fault. It's just the nature of what momentum is. You can't buy it, you can't transfer it. It's something that you build with games and winning. So, did we lose that bit of momentum? Yeah, I certainly thought we did in the first half an hour of the game. But then you're 2-1 up, so then you've not lost the momentum, you've got it back. But to be fair, I think the 2-week break of not having a game did us good with the injuries we had. So when you think about the injuries we picked up at Kings Lynn and the team that we finished with at Kings Lynn, it did us good in the end, I think. And we've got another 2-week sort of to the next league game, but we can just purely focus on the trophy next Saturday now.
That's one thing to look forward to. Obviously, we did well in the tournament last year. Probably look to go far again, won't we, this time out?
Well, I think in the last 2 years we've got to the same round in both years. In the 2 years we've had the job and took the club as far as it's ever gone in the FA Trophy before. So, for whatever reason, we've not started particularly well in the FA Cups. So we've been able to the FA Trophy, we've had really good runs. Always been in any cup competition. The other side of the new year is always a good sign. We've got a tough game on Saturday. They're flying high. To be fair, I'm not sure they played top of the league away today, but they've had a really good start to the season. Bradford. They've got a real experienced manager, some experienced players in terms of the level that they've played at. So we know what's coming. It's not like normally you can get a cup tie, you don't know what to expect. We know the players that they've got, and all the manager they've got. So it's going to be a tough game, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Cheers, John. Thank you.